back. Got a nice little stack of records here. A lot of them are new. Some of them I may have shown before. I don't really know. Like I said, it's been so long since I did videos. Fuck if I know. Playing in the background or side ground, whatever that is. Some Manowar. Because sometimes Manowar just fucking rocks. This is Hail to England. It's their third album, 1984. The homeboy Lyricide 17 floated me this. And honestly, some of the most epic fucking album artwork ever. Like, it's just, that's fucking epic. But yeah, it's Manowar. Hail to England. Good shit. Really good shit. I'm not a big power metal guy, but I do have some. And they fucking did it. Alright. I know that dude was pissed because I drink water or drink milk in one of my videos, but I'm a little parched. Yeah. So we're going to jump right into this. There is kind of a theme, and that theme is early 2000s post-hardcore and metalcore, because honestly, between 2003 and 2005 was the year for metalcore, for me personally. That's when I was really making a turn with what I listened to. And a lot of those albums have really stuck with me since then, specifically 2005. I have a whole stack of CDs ready to go, and a similar video to this. And most of those are 2005 releases also. This first one's not 2005, it's 2004. And it was actually one of my holy grail items that I stumbled into a couple months ago. Friend of a friend on Facebook was selling off his entire vinyl collection. COVID was fucking him over and he really needed the money. So I went through it all and I found a couple that I was going to spring for, and then I found this one. And I absolutely jumped on it. He didn't even have a price on next to it. I said, I'll take it. Because this album doesn't show up. In fact, there's only one other copy on Discogs right now, and it's going for $125. I scored this for, I believe, $35 shipped. And it's the Cative Choir by It Dies Today. And this album I bought off the rack, brand new, on CD in Hastings. And I had it up until a couple years ago when someone broke in my car and stole my CDs. This album means a fuck ton to me. This is their 2004 debut. Came out on Trustkill Records. Rest in peace, Trustkill. And as far as I know, there was only a single pressing of this on the two different variants. But I'll get to the records in a moment. It's a nice gatefold with all the lyrics. This album is just spectacular. Metalcore front to back. If you were into As I Lay Dying and bands of that sort, then It Dies Today was probably on your radar. Yeah, like I said, there's two different variants of this. One is gray and blue vinyl. There's two different colored vinyl. One's gray and blue. Mine is the second disc is this nice gray marble. And the first disc is this nice yellow. I really like when records have two separate colored vinyls. Like my Deaf Heaven Sunbather album is yellow and piss gold or something. But yeah, you can't really see the marbling on it very well, but it is also marbled. Yeah, this album was on my want list forever. It's one of my top 5 Grail albums to find, and I finally did. Stumbled upon it, and now it's mine, and it fucking rules. I don't know if I show the back. Not much on the back, no track listing or anything, just It Dies Today. Yeah, Trustkill Records, rest in peace. Yeah, It Dies Today, fucking classic album. And like I said, there's a theme. All of these are flowing in the 2004 and 2005, all 5 of these albums. Let's go ahead and stick with the 2004. This one I don't think I showed because I don't think I was making videos at the time. But this is another one that I wanted forever because it had never been pressed on vinyl until 2019. Which is crazy because, like I said, this album came out in 2004. And this is Zao with The Funeral of God. if you were into metalcore in the early 2000s, Zao was definitely on your radar, because not only were they around, this was their 7th studio album. And it's definitely the one that stands out for a lot of people. And I mean, they're still going strong today. But this album, this one is the one that did it for me. Another one that I bought off the rack at Hastings, because I bought all my CDs at Hastings. And it's so fucking good. It's originally released on Ferret Records. Again, rest in peace. Ferret's no longer around. But Tragic Hero put this out in 2019. And the funny story behind this is when they were putting this album out, they put the pre-orders up months in advance. And so I snagged the pre-order. And then they didn't know if they were actually going to be able to release the album, because something about the Atlantic recording company and the leftovers of Ferret, Tragic Hero weren't seeing eye to eye. So they weren't going to be able to get a digital release for the album, which was fucking up the actual release of the album, which was delayed for like a year. And at the time, I was really struggling for cash, and I hated to, but I canceled my pre-order. And then a couple months after that, guess what comes in the fucking mail? Yeah, Zao, the Funeral God. For some reason, I didn't get taken off of the pre-order list, and I got it anyway. But I emailed them to try to make it right and see what was up. That's fucking gorgeous. But they told me to go ahead and keep it, because it's going to be too big of a hassle to send it back anyway. So I did. Wasn't complaining. I mean, I didn't want to send it back, but I wanted to do the right thing, because I'm not a dickhead. And the vinyl community is very special to me. Here you got the nice printed inner sleeve. Fucking gorgeous. All the lyrics there. And this is on a nice clear with gold splatter. Looks fucking sick. It is the one I wanted. And this is a pressing out of 500, I think. And like I said, this is pressed in 2019. Fucking spectacular album. Yeah, Tragic Hero Records and the band's Observer Records are the ones listed on here. But yeah, like I said, if you were familiar with metalcore in the early 2000s, you already knew Zao. They've been around since the 90s. But this album is so fucking good, and it sounds so great on vinyl. It sounds exactly how it should. So yeah, Zao, the Funeral God. The song The Rising End, by the way, is a fucking banger and a half. Still. Like, that track is relentless. Alright, let's move on. No, this one is also 2004, so we'll do it first. This is another one. I may have shown this before. I do not remember, because it has been so long, but I'm going to show it again anyway, because fuck it, why not? Another one I bought off the rack. This is 36 Crazyfists with A Snow-Capped Romance. Bought this album specifically for the album art, because I thought it was so fucking cool. Yeah, I fucking love this album art. Hadn't heard a fucking song on it. Listened to it with my mom in the car on the way home. This had never gotten a vinyl pressing until a couple years ago. What year? 2018? Yeah, 2018 says on the sleeve. And there was only 700 of these pressed. And mine is number 469, all hand stamped. Roadrunner Records and Music on Vinyl, who do great pressings. And this one is no slouch. It is on this gorgeous red, like a lot of the Music on Vinyl. I think all the Music on Vinyl releases I have are on red, actually. But yeah, great booklet. Essentially, it is just a blown up version of the actual booklet that came with the CD. But yeah, again, metalcore in the early 2000s was just fucking where it was at. And 2004, 2005 was like the prime time of me expanding my music, growing out of new metal and into newer metal. And 36 Crazyfists, band from fucking Alaska, just blew me away. The Heart and the Shape, remember listening to that song on the ride home and just being absolutely fucking destroyed. It is a beautiful song still. This album front to back, I love everything about it. Right before I shut down my website, American Aftermath, we did a little You know, it might not be American Aftermath. It might be when I was writing for Subterranean. We did a thing throwing back to older albums, and I definitely did a review of Thirsty's Crazyfists 10 years after it actually came out. But yeah, man, everything from Bloodwork to The Heart and the Shape, Installing the Catheter, Destroy the Map, fucking spectacular album. And for some reason, y'all haven't heard any of these, because I know a lot of people that followed me for my hardcore and death metal and some black metal shit. If y'all sleep on metalcore, then definitely check out these albums, all of them, because there's some fucking bangers in here, bro. But yeah, that's Thirsty's Crazyfists with a Snowcapped Romance. Really fucking stoked to finally have this. That and Zayo both first time pressings in 2018, 2019. And they definitely fucking needed it. All right, let's jump ahead to 2005. This is actually the only album by this band that I really like. And I hadn't listened to it in about 10 years when I bought it, just because I found it for a good price. This is As Cities Burn with Sun, I Loved You at Your Darkest. Not metalcore, but post-hardcore from that age. I mean, this came out on Solid State Records, so you get a pretty good idea of what you're in store for. Religious, but fucking heavy, great music. I think the reason I don't like any of their stuff after this is they drastically changed their sound after this and went more of an indie rock kind of vibe, and I just wasn't feeling it. The front man TJ left, and it didn't hit the same way to me. But yeah, Sun, I Loved You at Your Darkest is fucking great. Everything, but Bloodsucker Part 2, I think, is what most people remember. The video's great, and the song is just fucking heavy as hell. But everything on this is fantastic. Also, one of the most recognizable album art from that era. I mean, most people can see this and know that's As Cities Burn. And this is a 2017 pressing. I picked it up for like dirt cheap. It's on white. I like white vinyl. White vinyl is always nice. There's a sheet. There's a sheet. There's this nice printed inner sleeve, album artwork on it, and lyrics on it. Good shit, good shit. Yeah, a lot of people don't really talk about As Cities Burn anymore outside of a couple groups I'm on Facebook. But this is the only album anybody ever really talks about, and probably for the reasons why. They switched from being post-hardcore to just kind of straight up indie alternative shit, and it just didn't do it for me. I say shit, they weren't shit. They're still a good band, just it's not for me. Like not much like this one was, but yeah, Solid State Records, man. Produced by Josh Scoggin from The Chariot, Norma Jean, 68, fucking legend. All right, we got one more here, and this is probably the most recent of this batch that I got. Another album I've held on to since high school. Really wanted a copy of the record forever, but they got repressed a couple years ago. But all the copies I found were way overpriced on Discogs. So I decided to just check out Metal Blade's website, and I found a copy for normal price on there. And it's As I Lay Dying with Shadows Our Security. I fucking hate Timbaland Beastus as a human being. He's a garbage human being. But this album specifically, as well as the two that came before it, but this one specifically kept me off the fucking ledge, literally. This album pulled me back from doing a lot of bad shit and making a lot of bad decisions that probably would have led me in a way where I wouldn't be here today. This album really helped me out when I was going through a really rough time. And so, despite my hatred for the front person of this band, I had to own this album, and it still hits just like it did when I first listened to it. I don't think I have a favorite song on here. Maybe The Darkest Nights, maybe Confined, Through Struggle. The entire album is just so fucking good. And yeah, it really still means as much to me now as it did then. Comes with this nice print inner sleeve with your lyrics there. That's awesome. It also comes with this nice poster, which is not appropriately sized because it doesn't fit in any fucking frame I own or can find. But maybe someday. So the album artwork. Yeah, not holding upside down. Really nice poster. And the version I got is the one they had on Metal Blade's website. Is this nice teal marble. Fucking gorgeous. There's a lot of really cool variants to this album. But if I can get a really nice looking copy for 25 bucks, then I'm not going to spend 80, 60, 50. Yeah, on a... This album is fucking spectacular. Sounds great on vinyl. I was worried because there's been a lot of records pressed recently that kind of sound like absolute dog shit on vinyl when they haven't been pressed in a while. Story of the year. But yeah, As I Die, Shadows of Security. That's the last thing I have for this video. Yeah. Like I said, I have another theme video with some more metalcore and shit, post-hardcore. Just because that's what I've really been digging lately. It's like that and hip-hop, so you're going to get one or the other. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping up with me. Thanks for coming back after all this time. Follow me on Instagram at Ross Didn't Do It. And I'll be back probably another week to make another cool video. Yeah. Peace.